I might have to not go live. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we pop back up here. I'll give it a sec. Oh, we're live. Okay, good. Hi, guys. All right. Hello. I'm going to move the camera a little because I was futzing with it now to get that live, so bear with me. There we go. Need some tools. All right. Hi. Happy Friday. Hi, Jane and Lori and Dorothy and Jenny. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know so I know that this thing is now working because I don't know what it was doing. Hi, Kimmy. Yay. Hi, Carrie. Yay. Okay. Whoop, whoop. I just want to post this on Instagram. Because I wanted to put it up there and it's just being silly. And then it kept timing me out. I don't know. So give me 1 sec and I'll be right there. How is everyone doing? How's your Friday? Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Hi, Athena. You are always just getting home from work. Hi, Karen. And Susie. Nice to see you all. I just need to add an image. Photo. All right, there we go. And post. My video is in the way. Okay, there we go. Hopefully it's working. I don't know. We'll find out. Nobody will come. Except you guys. Clipped Feather. Hello. Storming here? Yeah, it's storming here too. It's been on and off all day. Hello, Christina. Nice to see you on here. I'm so glad you made a live. All right, so we've been working on this boho journal, which is a combination of some papers of my own and some of the messy palette. And we're not going to actually work in the journal right now. I'm going to make some beads. I want to show you guys how to do some beading. Beads, they're not really beading. There is some beading involved, but I am no jewelry maker. So, yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to do it the down and dirty way. So I'll just go over kind of what I have on my desk. I have some jewelry tools, but we're going to make some that don't require this. So don't worry if you don't have any of this stuff. I also have some 24 gauge wire. And then this one, what is this one? Because I don't even know. I have removed the gauge. So I don't know. It's probably like a 20 maybe. It's a little thicker. I just wanted something to use as the base. This is very soft copper wire. This is going to work with my seed beads, which is why I have this one. And I just brought out some pins in case I needed them. Some bead caps in case I needed them. I don't know that I will. And then I have these. There's some lightweight feathers in here. I'm not gonna use these gigantic ones, but I have those. And then I have some seed beads in our palette, sort of. There's a mix in here, so I figure we could just kind of grab from some of these. I have had these around for a while. We use them for all sorts of things, my daughter and I. So I have those. And then we're going to do some paper ones. So I also have some toothpicks. And this is a foam insulation block that I use for my beads to dry them. So we'll have that. And then I have one of the pages from my Tangerine Dreams paper pack, which is on my Ko-Fi shop. That's in my description box below. My regular website will be up this weekend. Yay! I'm almost done. It went really fast after I was able to get to it. So we should be good this weekend. But if you want something in the meantime, you can go to the coffee shop. We'll call it the coffee shop. Hi, Wealtha. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. And Ruby, hello. And Amy, hi, hi. Hi, Rita. Hi, Nicole. Very nice to see you all. I hope you're all having a good Friday. If you have any questions for me, please put them all in caps. Has it been cray today, Jenny? I haven't been on it. I don't know. I just know that I went to go live and it got stupid. It said, cannot connect. So I don't know what it was doing. But here we are. And I think we're good. My camera might fall out, but whatever. We'll make it work. You'll see my ugly mug. No makeup, no filters. Okay, so we're going to start with the paper ones because they're the easiest and I think they're the most accessible. And you may have seen these before, but just in case you didn't, I'm just going to show you. There's a couple of ways. You can make them long ways. I used to make these out of magazines, and I still make them out of magazines, and I still make them out of book page. I have some around here, and I've made some out of fabric as well. So these were from, I think, just some papers I had. These were some pieces of paper that I just drew on with magic marker. And then these were from magazine pages. You know, it's really good for these if you want like a very neutral look, are those Restoration Hardware catalogs that I keep telling you to go get. This is book page. So you can make them different ways. Let's make some. So stop chatting. Let's stop chit-chatting. It has been a while. Yay, Amy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is decide how wide you want your bead, because that's going to depend on some of the measurements you're making. So I'm going to go with, I don't want them too big because this journal isn't gigantic. So let's go with maybe 3/4 of an inch, and maybe some will be a 1/2 inch, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my paper this way, and I'm going to mark on the, let's do it this way. I'm going to mark on every 3/4 of an inch, and we'll start there. Let me get a pen. I'm going to use a pen. Hi, Carol. Welcome. Old calendars for this. Oh, yep. Very cool. All right, so I still can't find my, I just want to mark every 3/4 of an inch. So we'll just do a few to start. Okay, and then down on this end, I need the halfway point of 3/4 of an inch because we have to come down to a point when we're cut. Actually, do we need to do that? No, we actually don't need to do that. Never mind. Disregard. Disregard. Yeah, I really need that ruler because it's my really good cutting ruler too. I've not lost that in years. I have no idea. I spent a little time looking for it earlier, and it's probably fell behind something. That's probably what happened. I'm making beads, paper beads. And then we're going to make some fabric beads. So boho beads, and they're boho in this case because I'm using this paper. So there's a corner here. I hope you guys can see okay. Yeah, let me move up just a little. There's a corner here I'm resting on the corner, and then up to my 3/4 inch mark. So it's going to give me a big giant triangle basically. Some people made these in summer camp. I never did. But I've made them before, and see, that's why I need my other ruler. Oh, I miss you, ruler. Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. That cut. That was a crappy cut. I think I'm just going to use the paper trimmer. This used to be the easy way. Not today, my friends. Not today. All right, so with the paper trimmer, I'm just going to go from this corner now. So now this tip. So this is where my 3/4 inch mark was, and I went down to the corner. So now I'm going to come down here 3/4 of an inch. So and I do measure in this case. Usually not a fan of measuring. So up here on the trimmer, I'm going to put the point, and down here I'm going to put my 3/4 inch mark, and I moved it. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you're looking for long triangles. So you can measure if you want, or you can just do it without measuring. But I like to have them all the same size, which is why I at least measure the long end. Hello! What is your name? VY hers? Vice, maybe that's your name, and I need a phonetic spelling. Hi, Mary. Same type of pages I used when I do scrapbook stuff. Cool. 1, 2, 3. I guess I don't have to put the pen on it when there's a mark here. So every line is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to, I mean, 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to do that. Let me cut one more and then I'll show you. You just roll them up. And then I use the glue to kind of seal them up. And because they're the boho, we should get them, depending on which way we roll them, to work out. And so, yeah, whatever you can use to stick some toothpicks in. I like to use the toothpicks because it's easy to get them out once I insert them here. And so what I'll do is I want which one do I want on the outside? This way? No, I want to go this way. We'll see. So I'm going on the long end. I'm starting, right? And you just want to get it to wrap around itself. And you want to kind of be sort of straight. Okay, like that. Once you get it to wrap around itself, you can put a dab of glue in there, just so it doesn't come undone. And then I like to do that every so often. And then you're just really rolling it up, but you're trying to keep that piece in the middle so that you have a thicker middle and then a wider outside. Yeah, see, it's already trying to disconnect itself. And I'm not going to glue it to the toothpick because then it'd be harder to get it out. Let's try a little more glue like this. Gosh, I haven't made these in ages because I have a bunch. So you can glue as you go, and you're just rolling. Yeah, and because we're using the boho paper, we're getting those colors reflected on the outside, and it's not perfect. It never is, but that's okay. And then so when I get to the end, I'm just going to put some on the tip, and I'm kind of going to roll my finger around. That glue is going to get all over the bead like that. And then I take a little more glue, and if you have like matte, well, gel medium, maybe a glossy gel medium or Mod Podge or something, it makes them a little more glossy if you like that look. That's it. And then I just stick them in here like that. Super easy, right? Ah, thank you, Mary. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Deb and Jaretta. Hello, ladies. Uh-oh, what's rawhide? Oh, rolling. Well, actually, it's the Limp Bizkit. That's what I heard in my head anyway. So, but I am showing my age even with Limp Bizkit. All right, so we'll do another one. The hardest part is really getting them started. You just want to press really tight and roll, you know? And then once you get it, you got it. It's going to be messy. It's going to be a little messy. Got to be okay getting messy. Yeah, right? They're fun. Magazines are really fun because you never know how they're going to turn out. And book page is really cool. Oh, I should have brought down. I made a bracelet with some book page ones. It was an Alice in Wonderland book. Not that you could tell by looking at the beads, but then I put an Alice in Wonderland quote metal on it. If I can remember, I'll bring it down for you guys. Back when I was making some jewelry for myself. Okay, and that's it. And you just roll it and it'll dry that way. And then I usually wait for whatever I'm putting on the outside to dry, and then I'll put a few coats. If you want it to look more glass-like, you can put, 3 or 4 coats. It dries pretty quick. I'm just rolling it on my finger. You want to have a wet wipe nearby. We'll get one. See? Just glue. It's just glue. Catalog. It's Restoration Hardware. They send you, they'll send you a free catalog. Just don't tell them I sent you. I'm just going to make a couple more since we have the paper here. And then we'll go on to the fabric, if you don't mind. And you can see that depending on how wide you start your side is how big the bead will be. And you can do these with fabric too, like I said. Maybe we'll do one with the sari. I don't know how the sari is going to hold up because it's so fine, a silk, and the glue might turn it a different color, which is why I wanted to use the paper for this one. That's it. That's it. Yeah, it does. It pulls right off. So what happens is, even if it doesn't, what you can do is just roll your toothpick back and forth and it will come off. You just don't want to get a ton of like whatever you're sealing it with all the way up and around the toothpick. You want to try to stay off the toothpick as much as possible. But yeah. Yeah, years. Hi, Rhonda. And Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. That's okay. I had some tech issues in the beginning. You missed it all. You missed it all, but everybody hung in there. Love you guys. I'm surprised I'm even here. I was having so many tech issues with the website, guys. And I'm a tech person, and I just wanted to pull my hair out. Like, support these days is horrible. It's just, and coming from a customer support background, I did that for like 12 years. I know the importance of support, and these people are just horrible these days. I hate to say it, but there's a few companies out there that have great support, but there's just, and everybody tries to get you to use their AI support chat, which is great. If you're going in and you have limited tech experience, you're probably going to need the AI bot. But if you're getting into complex stuff, no, you need real tech support. What are you guys all talking about? Silver. Yeah. So another way you can do these is with, we'll do one, is with a square paper, and you can put some metal eyelets in there. So we'll do one of those. Or, yeah, eyelets, right? And then they look like real beads. Not that these aren't real beads. They are technically. 9 a.m. Those good hunky guys. Are you talking about old westerns? When men were men. All right, so it's simple enough, right? You get it. So go make a bunch of beads. So that's the paper for that. And then another one you can make is with just a strip, a regular strip. It doesn't have to be a triangle. Though you can make it a triangle if you want. And for these, I'll probably use, let me just get a straight line here. A paper straw, because you can also use something like a barbecue skewer, use your words, to do that. I want to cut off the flower. So, and I don't know if I have anything like that. I'm just looking around my craft room. So I might use a straw because I don't think I have like a chopstick, or well, maybe this will work. I have a paintbrush end. So this one you're not going to see such a variety of the color. Yeah, I should be able to get my mini ones in there. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to roll it. Now this is tapered, so I'm going to try to go up here in the bigger part. Yes, this one is Tangerine Dreams. And you can get it in my Ko-Fi right now because my web shop is being updated. Yeah, so this one is there. My Ko-Fi shop is in the description box if you want to get there. It's just ko-fi.com/Hither and Yon Studio. All right, so we're just going to roll this one. Hi, Mary. Nice to have you. Thanks for jumping in. And again, you can make, if you're going to make these so that they're a little fatter in the middle, you just don't want to taper it down so thin. You probably want to like have this side say this big and then that side that big so that you have not such a big bumpy middle, though I guess you could do it either way. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. All right, so this is going to be like a bluish one. This is what I mean. You don't see as much of the variety of the paper. So this is why, you know, magazines are good. If you know that the end of the page is going to be like a color that you want, it's really fun to use. Okay, so this one's done. Let me put that there for a sec. I got to get my eyelets. Okay, I think, let's see. We'll make it work. Maybe we won't make it work. Yeah, so you want a bigger one. So let me see if I could stretch this a little. Hold on. Now I'm not going to be able to get this out. Come on. There we go. All right. Let me just move it up the paintbrush a bit. Good thing with paper is it's very forgiving. Now it'll all just come out in a big tube. Watch. Okay, there we go. I just need a bigger opening here so I can get this in there. It's getting caught. We'll get there. We'll get there. Shout out if you've made these. Oh, thank you, Amy. Oh, I'm so glad. I am glad. I'm having fun. I want you guys to have fun too. All right, so you put one. That's just, it's just gonna fight me the whole way, isn't it? It's just gonna fight me. Should have started larger. I'd have to do another one. Okay, you get the point, right? So you put one on that. You know what it is? I think this strip is also too long. I would have probably made it like 3/4 inch the size, 3/4 what it was. So instead of doing this whole length, maybe just do about that much. Just so that when you put the eyelet in, it hangs over the sides. So maybe you could also do like an opposite roll where you're rolling from the short end to the large end, and then the shorter end won't come all the way up. This one is just going to be a nightmare because I've already like annihilated the paper inside. But I think you guys get the idea, right? Let's do another one because that one's just annoying. All right, and then we'll do some fabric ones. We'll do some fabric. So let's do that. Let's cut this one like that. And then I'll make it just a bit shorter. And then we'll go a little further up on the brush. So this is really thick right here. And I'm going to roll from this side. Hey, Kiki. Welcome, love. Good to see you. I'm trying not to keep it too tight, you know? You do? Yeah, they're fun, right? So much fun. And so accessible, right? Anybody can make them. The magazines are my favorite, but I wanted to use the papers from the kit. So, because magazines are thinner, this is cardstock. If it were like a copyweight, it would even be easier. Okay, so that's what we got with that. Gonna stay for me. See now how I have more space there? I guess I still had too much paper. But if you have really big ones of these, maybe these will be better. You can just put, yeah, it's still too much paper, but you just put them in the end like that and glue them in. Maybe we'll use the, oh, hello, let's knock everything over. Let's put a little of this around. This stuff, Fabrifix. Yeah, I just want, but anyway, you can do that. A little less paper, I think one twirl less, and we'd have been perfect. And then another one on the other side. And then you just use them like regular beads. I'm just going fast, guys, so you can work a little more slowly in your craft room. All right, we'll leave that over here. Go on. Stay. Okay. So that's those. And now we're going to do some fabric. The fabric ones are a little more involved. So if you don't mind stretching your crafty skills, muscles, your crafty muscles. You want to stretch your crafty muscles. If you don't mind doing that, then this one, it's not too difficult. I mean, it's not like anything you guys can't handle, right? Of course not. All right. Oh, yes. Kiki has a channel and she does amazing things. Actually, Call Me Glitter has a channel too. I don't know if you've posted anything lately. Finally made it to one of your lives. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take some of this larger, thicker wire, and this is going to be what I'm going to wrap around. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can also wrap them around. I've done it with paper straws, and but that's for bigger ones, and I didn't want really huge ones for this, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to cut it about 2 inches. We're going to go with 2.5, just so I give myself some wiggle room. Ruler. And if you're not familiar with all the jewelry tools, it's fine. You don't have to be perfect at it because it's going in our junk journals. So just have fun with it. You had me at fabric. So I have some of this. And what I'm going, now you can also leave, I've also done these where I leave this super long and we'll wrap it around, and then we're going to go around it as well. So we can do it 2 ways. You know what? Let's do it that way because that might be a little better too. So let me get a bigger piece. Will this work? I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, let's get a piece of this. We don't need a big piece, and I probably want to make it like half this width because I want to add other pieces on it and kind of make it a continuous line of different colors. Will this tear for me? Sometimes it does. Yes. Perfect. And a little of this. And I'm definitely going to use this fabric fix. Let's see where we go. Scraps of Crafts. Hi. I know your name. Sorry, it's not coming to me. Feel free to shout it out. Oh, that's cool. Got more subs. You have to start posting. All right, so I'm going to start kind of on an angle, and I want to leave some space here because that's where I'm going to kind of curl it to make the end so I can attach it to stuff. So I'm going to need like a little eyelet at the end there. I don't know. And then you want to start going around. We just got to form a base initially. This wire is very soft. It's okay. We're going to make it work. And once you get that end kind of glued down, you should be golden. We're just going to wrap until I get to a length that I like. I'll go a little long on this one. I may or may not use it on the spine. And then you're just going to wrap. I said a hip, a hop, a hibba through the hip, hop. That's not, no, not that kind of wrapping. Oh, Diane, hi. Nice to have ya. I'm just going to secure it down. Okay, and I like mine to be kind of bulkier in the middle, and that allows me to build color as well. So from here, we can add some of this blue and leave some of that pink on the end, right? So let's do this. Might help me out, right? And then your middle will be a little fatter than your ends. Kind of like me. Little rounder in the middle. So then we'll glue that down. No, I don't think they do. You know, it's really going to depend on what size beads you're making. I like working with thinner scraps, but you can try it with, you know, even thicker ones because you can do stuff like this and twist it as long as it's gluing down. Like you can kind of just do like that too. I'm just being a little more specific because that's what I like to do. But you don't have to be real neat about it. And I'm using recycled sari silk, but you can use cotton. You can use any fabric that you can wrap around. So if you have like, you know, old t-shirts or, you know, just old sheets or anything, right? Any textile that you have. I like it, the fabric for the boho beads, because it just looks really cool, especially these. They got all this fringe and stuff. I think that's funky and fun. What else do I have here? I have some pink. Oh, I hope you make some, Mary. All right, so this one, like, it's like worn. It is worn. I got this on Etsy. I think it was Etsy or eBay. I don't even remember at this point. Sorry. But I'm getting more in the middle now. And I just twisted the fabric. Just like I'm pulling it and twisting it. If you've ever made fabric roses or paper roses, you kind of twist as you go. That's what I'm doing here. This will dry clear. And you're not going to really see it anyway. Once we're done, you'll see. All right, so you can really go to town. I'm going to stop there just for, you know, the interest of time so I can show you the rest. Actually, I'm lying. I'm not, because look at this piece. I have to put that on there. I was dyeing a pillowcase and wanted to use that. Thank you, as always. What? Okay, so I wanted to use. Oh, okay. There you go. Yes. So that'll be fantastic. So I think I'll cut this in half. Of course, it wants to stop there. I'm going to put the red on the outside. I think that works, right? Colors of Marrakesh. Yes. All right. So we have that, right? And now we're going to add some beads to it. I usually let them all dry. I do a bunch and then let them dry, but we're going to continue on. We're soldiering on. We're going to pick some colored beads. I have some orange and some of these and blue. I'm going to pick the thicker ones for this because I used the larger wire. If you use the thinner wire. So you can also make these where you just wrap this, right? You just wrap this and then you come back in with your thinner wire. So we'll make another one like that. But this one is all on the same. So up here, I first have to kind of make my end where I want to attach stuff to, or if I wanted to attach them to each other. So I'm just going to use this little tool, which I am not good at. I'm not going to, you know, this is not a professional tutorial by any means. All right, I'm going to hold it up just a little from that end because I need some room to wrap. And then I'm going to pull my wire down and around my bead like this. Just wrap a little. Okay, so we can get a little fancier if you're really good at wrapping wire. I am not. All right, and then I'm going to start to wrap this down, but I want to bring in some beads as I do that. And do I have any bigger ones in here? Maybe not. Maybe we'll go to the purple. Those are better for the smaller wire. Just want some contrast and some fun bits. And there were some longer ones in here, so maybe we can get one or two of those. Because this orange is lovely. Is that going to fit? Come on. Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna kind of wrap our wire around our bead like that. Come on, you can do it. You can make it, Mr. Little Orange Bead. You can do it. I know you can. Make it. Make it. Need something to grab the bead. Of course you're not gonna make it. Okay, we're gonna pull you off. And you're gonna disintegrate in my fingers. Okay. All right, I want a black one. Take some of these out. Those are too small, but this'll work. Just mix and match your beads and go along. When you're doing boho, you can be all kind of crazy with it because it's usually a mashup of colors, right? Come down and go back up if you want. I don't have that much wire, so I'm just going to do this one way, and then we'll wrap it. If you have different size beads, it works really good too. So let's see. I have some of these wood ones. Put some of these on. And I had some down here the other day. Where did I put them? Let's put another red one. Oh, good, I'm glad. Yay. You see, it's just, you're just adding an accent, so you can add as much or as little as you want. Here they are. I spotted them. Let's see if there's any cool ones in here. I don't want them to be too big. I just want a variety. I think the more you add, the better it looks. Okay, and then you'll get down here to the bottom after you're adding all your beads, right? And this is very soft wire, which I love for this because it's really easy to bend. It doesn't poke you that much. It's, you know, I'm accident prone, so I just kind of clamped it on there, and then sort of. And then this side we're just going to bend over. Like that, and I'm going to see if I can wrap that around a little. It's very short, so might not get much out of it. So err on the side of giving yourself more than you need as far as the wire goes. Why don't you bend? There we go. Okay. And there you go. And so that's a really long one and a really fat one. But you can kind of make them with different material. Well, let's make another one. I'm going to wrap some eyelash trim around it, and I'm going to do it the other way so that we use the thinner wire, and I'm going to go with a bigger piece because I'm realizing 2.5 inches is probably too small. So this one is approximately 5 inches. cap my glue here. Where is it? What did Mary say? Let me read. What did I miss? I said, can you do them with ribbon? Yeah, as long as you can get it to hold. Yeah, that is a great idea. Yeah, I'm gonna try the eyelash trim after I get some of this on here. So I love the sari silk, but any fabric will do. So just put a little glue to get it started. You can just do a single color too. You can just do, you know, whatever you have. And you don't have to be real neat about wrapping it because fabric is very forgiving and you can wrap it on itself and get it a little tighter if you want to. So I'm just wrapping up and then back down. Giving myself room to make those little things at the end. This is going to be another big one. But you'll find your way. You'll find the way that you like to do them. And then they become addicting and you just start using everything to make them because they're so fun. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to do them. Like I said, I've used it where I've made them wrapped around paper straws and then fed thicker wire through the straw. So I kept the straw in there. I cut it off, like where my fabric ends, and either put a bigger piece of wire through if I wanted like something really thick, or a couple of pieces of wire, or a thick kind of lanyard or leather fabric or something. And that works really well too. Okay, I'm still chatting. Chatty, chat, chat. Kathy, chatty, Kathy. This was from Carrie at Thumbprint Creations by Carrie. She gifted it to me in some Happy Mail. And she sent me, I put this on. So this is my knitting needle cover, which then just slides over and this pin goes in my glue. Thank you, Carrie. Where are we going? What are we? Oh, let's get a busload to meet and share. That sounds like a great idea. Where are we going? Yeah, lace. Like, yeah, play it up. Just go crazy. Until you kind of get a look that you like. And if you have like yarn too, that'll work. Macrame stuff, as long as it's not too thick. So I'll put one more little piece on and then I'll go get the eyelash trim. Because I like these colors for this journal. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Probably on the paper ones could probably go inside, you know, but these might hang off the back. I'll make more because once you start making them, they're so much fun. You just want to keep making them. This one I like because it's all torn and frayed. And it works really good. I think the messier the better with these because they're boho. You want them to be kind of very textile and, you know, kind of torn and found. All right, so this can go on here for a sec. Let me get the eyelash trim. That just adds some extra pizzazz. What do I got here? This isn't exactly eyelash trim, but this might be cool. So this is the eyelash trim. We'll get some of this. I'm just going to put a little. But I've got this too. These are all gifted to me in Happy Mail. Thank you so much. You guys are so good to me. I'll just take a little bit of that and I'll add them together. Oh, here you are. And I'm going to start here and just kind of wrap it around and back. It's thin enough where I don't think it's going to interfere too much with the color, but we'll see. If it does, I won't cut. I won't put as much. Yes, the pins will rust if they're not stainless. Just gonna spread them out a little. I'm not gluing them. I'll glue them at the end. But look how cool. I think that looks really cool, actually. Depending on what your interpretation of boho is. There. Just a little sparkle. So now I will get my thinner wire. And I'm going to start by wrapping some of it. So this is the 24 gauge. And I'm just going to wrap a bunch of it around to get it started. Like I said, it's soft. I'm going to leave that edge out for now. I will cut that off at the end. But let me see how much felt I'm going to need. I'm estimating by like wrapping it a few times. And then I'm giving myself some extra play. Can you guys still hear me okay? The stainless steel pins you can get on Amazon. Okay, and so now, since this is thinner, I can use a lot of the seed beads, which is good. Because they're very teal. And you can practice your, what do they call those skills when you're gripping very small things? They teach it to children. Dexterity skills. So we're going to put some bigger ones on too. I'm going to put a bunch on this one. I think if you look up stainless steel pins for glue bottles, it'll come up with the size you need because so many people buy them for that. So, but if you buy art glitter glue by chance, if you buy this stuff, you can actually buy a kit that has some extra stainless steel pins in it, or you can just buy the kit. If you can just buy the kit on Amazon, and it's got stainless, and it comes with like 5 pins. I think it's like $8. Okay, let's do some purple. I have some of these longer ones. Let's see if I can get them to work this time. Yeah. Okay. So, see how cool? It's time consuming, but it's worth it. I don't mind. Hope you guys don't mind. If you're really good and you have one of those twirly seed bead things, that'll be good. I don't. I did it one time. I don't know where it is now. Who knows? Probably broke. Get at your beads. You could also do those letter beads. Those might be fun because then you could spell out a word. Let's do some of these. Do another long one. It's very relaxing. I might fall asleep. Just kidding. Okay. Stay here. See? And then we can just keep wrapping. And we'll just finish this one. And what time is it? It's 3 o'clock. So then we'll work in the journal a little. I want to add some stuff to the pages, edges of the pages. So we'll do that. And then you guys can go wild making your own beads. Now you know how. That's great. Good. I'm glad you're shopping small. Perfect. Yeah. Walmart. Well, that's not small. Never mind. Any bead store will probably have them. If you have a small bead store. That's the problem, right? Amazon put everybody out of business. So even if you want to shop small, you got to really look around to find what you need. Why won't you go on here? All right, it doesn't like that, so we're not going to use it. Gluey fingers. Very gluey. Yeah, I am too. I love farmers markets. My favorite. We have a little booth 10 minutes from my house. She started selling out of her, she's got a family farm, and she started selling out of her like garage. And then she moved into this little shed, which is, it's like a big shed now. And she sells all fresh produce and eggs. I don't need the eggs because I get my own from my own gals. And it's awesome. I love being able to, first of all, I know where it's coming from, right? It's sourced locally and it's fresh, very fresh. And she's always got a good variety. So I am growing radishes and all my lettuces right now, so I'm excited. They're growing like crazy because we've gotten so much rain. You guys garden? All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you. Hope to see you again. Let me get a few more of these and then we'll wrap this up. All right, literally. Let me put some orange. All right, let's see what we got. So it's a nice little mix. Let me space them out and then I can go kind of up and down a little. Oop, I threw one away. Let's kink it so they don't fall. Whoa, hey, you're still falling. Stop it. Okay, and then we'll just kind of wrap. Like so. So we got some beads everywhere. And you can, you can put the beads on and kind of move them around after too. And there we go. Another one done. Because the wire's soft, it will, I'm just going to wrap it back around. It'll press in. We can kind of maneuver it. It's very malleable. And then let me get that extra piece off. All right. So this is what I mean. You can kind of press into it and move the wire around. Ta-da! All right. Let's put our ends on. I'm just going to wrap my wire down and wrap it around. Come on. If it'll cooperate. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect, right? We're not making jewelry for sale. At least I'm not. I'm sure there's somebody in the crowd who's a really good jewelry making who's cringing right now. That's not me. Okay. So there we go. So that's our beads, fabric, and paper, and then they can kind of hang together. Once they're all dry, I'll put them together on, I'll make more, and then I'll put them on a dangle for the back. And maybe some for hanging off some of the pages. And I'm just going to mix these all up, which is what we do. And that's that, ladies. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Thanks. Maybe we'll add in some of these and some of my bigger beads. I also brought these. Nice turquoise, right? Something else I brought down, but I thought it was very boho. But like these costume jewelry, I think this was like, oh gosh, this had to be AliExpress. So these charms, I think, will be good off the pages. I'm just going to deconstruct it. It's like a little anklet or something. Oh, I'm sorry you don't have any motivation, Andrea. Sometimes you just got to sit down and tear and glue paper. You know, make a master board or organize your ribbon or something. You know, it's hard too when we're stressed. It's really hard if you're stressed to kind of find mojo. But I like to watch videos at that point when I'm super stressed, and then I end up getting some ideas. So that works out. I hope you get your mojo back. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so it's not interfering. Now everybody's going to go make beads, right? Oh, gardening. Yay. Love my flowers, but I'm just not motivated to do a vegetable. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I used to do bigger gardens. I just don't have the time. But I like lettuce, fresh lettuce in the spring, and that's easy enough. I can just throw a bunch of seeds down and it goes. I don't really have to watch it. The birds will eat some of it, but most of it will grow. I did spinach and kale and radishes. I did some carrots and onions, but I did them in a basket, a big tall basket with sand. I want to see how that works. I don't know if it will. We'll see. I'll just fertilize it. I usually fertilize with fish emulsion and water. Put these away. Actually, no, I'm going to leave these out. I want to decorate some page ends. So, I have more mojo for making journals and I have forgotten it. Got it. Yeah, that's okay. You know, you can skip a year. Yep, me too. Canned a lot. I freeze. I freeze, but I also dehydrate it and make powders out of it, especially tomatoes, because you always get so many tomatoes. So I always cut them up and dehydrate them, and then make a tomato powder. And then I use it in soups and stews and stuff during the winter. It's very good. Hello, beautiful. All right, so I want to add some strips to these pages with, I thought with these, I think I'm going to sew some of them. I didn't do that before this, so, but it'll go quick. And then some ones. And then I wanted to see what else I had by way of ribbon, because I want it to be eclectic. So I want some lace, and let's do the lace for now because I don't have to sew that. Where are my scissors? Yeah, it's great. It works in everything. I just I can make a soup out of it too. If you take if you have a dehydrator, you can go, I do this trick all the time. You go get I'm just getting some ribbon here, guys. You can go buy the like peas and carrots and stuff when they're on sale, the frozen ones, and then I spread them out on my dehydrator, and I dehydrate them and make them into a powder, and then it makes a really cool like broth that's got some good nutrients in it. And I don't want to cover that up. We'll go on this side. And it lasts a really long time. And then you just throw some hot water on the kettle, and make some soup in the winter, and it's really good. Yeah, it's a great idea. And it's, those bags of vegetables, sometimes you can get them for 59 cents if they're on sale. That's a bargain. It takes a lot, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, those are good too, Andrea. Yes, and kale. I make kale in the oven with a little salt. So good, kale chips. Yes, herb gardens are great. I love having fresh herbs out in the summer, like when you're making um, salsas and things like that, or salads, really yummy salads. All right, a little lace. And then I think what I'm going to do is take, some of this one. I want some fun bits. So this one here, I think I'm going to put on this page edge right here. Oh, well, you practice, Jenny. You just keep practicing. I'm sure they look beautiful. We're too hard on ourselves. Did you make paper or fabric? Sometimes a scrappier fabric is better because it hides all your mistakes. Well, you can always grow mint. That pretty much grows itself. I put some chocolate mint down. We inherited the property with a bunch of apple mint, which is gorgeous and smells so good. I love it. It's my favorite. But I planted some chocolate mint, and it took over like my whole front garden. But that's fine because when you walk on it, it smells amazing. And there's always so much of it. And I dry it and put it in teas and stuff. Yeah, you can't mess up mint. Look at that. I love that. Okay. What else do we got? What else? Let me sew this quick. I'll be right back, guys. Talk about gardening. I bought myself a t-shirt and it says, it's got like an old-fashioned woman, like a 1950s woman gardening with like a handkerchief in her hair, and it says gardening because murder is wrong. I love that shirt. All right, let's see. I wish I had my sewing machine over there, guys. Sorry. It won't fit. It's just not big enough space. What do we got? All right, we're almost there. It's fiddly fabric because it's so thin. It's very messy. The little strips from the sari just want to get into my machine, wreak havoc. It's okay, I don't want it perfect. If I did, I'd be doing something different. Bye, Jaretta. Have a good weekend. All right. Oh, we can put it on this page. This is the other half of that one with the girl on it. Probably going to twist this a little. No, I'm just going to do that. Kind of went where it wanted to in the sewing machine. I garden and craft. Okay, yeah, so you get one that says crafting because murder is wrong. I got my daughter, she crochets. I got her a coffee mug this Christmas, and it says, I crochet so I don't murder people. Send yarn, save a life. That's our humor here. I know. This is what makes us giggle. All right, so that's kind of cool and scrappy. I like it. And this can be the top of a tag, right? What else do I got? Let's see what else. I got some of this. More sari. And more lace. We need lots of lace. Lots of lace. You guys are the best. I like having y'all here. Makes my weekend start off right. Wish I could craft with you all in person. Y'all have to move closer. You do. Andrea, email me. I'll send you some. I don't have a lot, but I'll send you some. All right, so what else? What else do we got? What else? Ooh, this one's pretty. Let's use this. This one I want to measure better because I don't have much of it left. Hold on. This is a good lace. Isn't that nice? I'm in New York, up in the middle of New York. I'm originally from the city and Staten Island, but I'm up here now. I'm a transplant, Hudson Valley. You're not allowed to say upstate around here. Upstate is Albany. But when I was living in the city, this was upstate. So I think I want to put like a flat piece of ribbon and then put that over it. Let me get one. Hold on. Got a little purple. I got tons of purple. Let's use purple. I know it's not teal, but it's eclectic. It's a little eclectic. Won't see much of it anyway. Oh, thank you, Kiki. Thank you. Are you doing lives? Are you doing lives, Kiki? What are you up to? Subscribers. Everybody go over and subscribe to Kiki. Near Designs. She's a sweetie. You're a sweetie. Oh. Near Minnesota. Cold up there. So how'd you do, Jenny? Did you answer me? Let me see. I gotta go back. I'm playing on transferring my tomato plants. Oh, okay. You're also gardening. Yay! Paper. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it just takes practice. That's all. You'll get the hang of it, and then you'll be making so many. You'll be sending everybody necklaces and bracelets. See how pretty? I think it looks better that way, so. You'll have to report back next live you come into, Jenny, and tell us how you made out. Where's Amy? Did Amy come back? Who did the... Remember Amy was doing craft fairs? Is that you, Amy Kreckman? Oh, and Carrie, the Paper Monkey. You guys subscribe to Carrie too. Oh, how'd it go? Carrie's got a cool southern accent. I love your accent, Carrie. Southern to me, I don't know. Maybe you're from Manitoba. I don't know. All right. What else? Let's see what else I got. I got some of this. This can go on a page. I don't have to sew it or anything. Maybe we'll double it up. Oh, not bad. Not bad for a day's work. Not bad at all. Congrats. Art and Alley and Music in June. There you go. What was your bestseller? The internet wants to know. You know how you always see those videos and people are like, my bestseller at the craft fair. Oh, yeah. Mine is New York, and then when I'm really mad, it's New York City. Staten Island comes out. Should we put the pink on with the tangerine? That'll look cool. Why not? Let's do that. So the other papers in this one are from Diane over at the Messy Palette. Diane also has a coffee account, and that's all of these that you see here with the ladies, the beautiful ladies. And it's called Don't Glue Your Pages Together, Girl. What are you doing? Chatting, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll put that. They're in the last live's description if you want to just hop over there and look at the replay. I haven't put them in this one yet, but it's the Messy Palette AU. Also has a YouTube channel, Diane. And those papers are from her. So she has dubbed our combo Boho Dreams because it's turquoise boho turquoise, and then tangerine dreams. So I like that. It's catchy. Very catchy. All right. It's not glued very well. My big journal, it was so sad it left. Oh, is that where you sold old journals? Or did you sell kits and stuff too? This was trickier than it looked. Trying to glue my pages together. All right, so that's that. Go over here. Do some more of this. Oh, nice. Hi, Tika. Welcome. We were making some beads, and now I am, all right, I totally cut that wrong. No, it's good. And now I'm just putting some fabric on the page edges, which is not very exciting, but it will be exciting when it's all done. Oh, all right, cool. I'll check it out after the live. I just have to check my updates on my website quick, and then I will look. If you're going to sell journals again, maybe also sell like some little ephemera kits that, I don't know, maybe you already had that. Or maybe like a mini junk journal kit. I think those would be fun. I'm glad you made some money, girl. All right. Now we need... Ooh, look at this one. That's pretty. Where are we going to put you, gorgeous? I'm going to sew this one. I'll be right back. This one will be easier to sew, she says, with confidence. think we might need a shorter page for it. I know I have some in here. If not, I'll just tear something in half. Just kidding. There you go. Oh, that's fun though, Jenny. I mean, that's super fun too. Bye, Kiki. Thanks for stopping by. No worries at all. Thank you for everything. You have a good weekend. I'm going to stretch it. We're going to make it work. It's too pretty not to. I do a zigzag stitch, so it's got some give. Just have to clip it. These clips are my favorite thing from the dollar store. They are so good. And you get so many for $1.25. So who's working on the Poppy journal? Anybody? Anybody playing along? Oh, they're so good, aren't they, Amy? All right, so that, I'll put some more of this because I have it out. Go on this side. I think I'm going to get a little more of that heart stuff because I like the way that's sticking out. Oh, a steampunk one. How fun. That's too long. They're cool, right, Dorothy? They work so well. All right. That was a bad positioning. It's okay. Oh, very nice. I have to start my Poppy journal. Ah, it's really cool. Yeah, the spine came out fun. I like it. I want to do a big one like that. Yep, it's really interesting. Too short for that one. Ah, there you go. Yeah, just a thicker one. Works good. I like to go thrifting and find ribbon. My daughter is like the princess thrifter. She's so good at it. She just finds the coolest thing. She got me My Mother's Day present was thrifted, and they are gorgeous. She got me these plaques that you put on the wall, and I'm gonna go grab them. Hold on, because they're so cool. I want to show them off. She thrifted these. Aren't these so cool? Look, there's a dragonfly and a bumblebee and a butterfly. How fun is that? It's so me, and they're gonna I'm gonna stack them on the wall. I love them. She's so good at it. They're so cool. They're so my jam. I know, right? They have ever framed for Mother's Day. Got a pic. Oh, what a great idea. Hi, Mary Jo. I don't think I saw you here. Yeah, she's just, and the timing is everything when you go thrifting, right? She's got good timing. All right, what else? What else do I have over here? Where's that? Sorry. Let's see what else is in this bundle of goodness. Ooh, maybe this blue. That's a nice rich color. Ooh, hello. Yeah, me too. Yeah, mine is 24 also. She's really good. She gets some really cool stuff for herself too. Very edgy kind of cool stuff. Ooh, I like that. All right, I'm gonna sew this quick. Whoa, 3:37. Time flies when you're sewing and making beads. Oh my goodness. It's really hard to sew. Not like I'm a seamstress or anything. I think they all do at that age. Right? Let's go up a little. I think I'll do this section. Yeah, so on Sunday, I'll build out some pages for you guys. Be a little more interactive. This is just the basics, but you know, it's got to get done. So got to put the edging on. Oh, how cool, Christina. That's fun. Yours has no time. Your kids have no time? Five or six, what? We don't have much. Oh. Well, don't kill. Garden, because murder's wrong. You know, check eBay, because a lot of times you can get a good deal on eBay. I just keep an eye out. All right, so I guess these can come off. I might add some more. We have some edges. It's kind of like a fun mix. I guess I need something in here, huh? Let me get another piece of ribbon and I'll put some eyelash trim with it. Get some cotton. Actually, I should put more of that heart in there. Or like some pieces that are sticking out. And some wider pieces. I'm not going to sew them. I'm just going to put them on the page. You know, it would probably work as sewing them to a piece of paper. So many pretty colors of this sari. If I think about it, I'll put up the Etsy shop where I got it because I think she had bundles. Again, everybody's a she for me. I don't know if they're a she, a he, they. It was a good bundle. I bought it with the intentions of this book. Yeah, me too. I love that. It's all sticking out. And just smush it. Then I will glue over top of that. I have this one. Where are the other ones? Maybe this one. Get it to not stick to my fingers. It's very delicate. Oh, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Don't pay that. I mean, I think you can get them on Amazon for half that. New. Okay, that looks pretty. All right. What, too late? Get up and stretch my legs. Uh-oh, that's not good. Sorry. Hope you feel better. Did and things of it. Oh, that's fun. I like that. They are. They're very hard to find, especially cheap. I mean, when people see them, they grab them. I found one in a I did a flip through of it on the channel earlier on in my channel, and I walked into a bookstore and it was this huge book with flowers in it, and I couldn't believe how it was very cheap. Where is it? No. Oh, Flowers of the World. This is it. I think it was just like a few bucks. But it's got all these big flowers in it for fussy cutting. And I'm flipping through it and I'm going, oh, this book is going to be super expensive. And I get up, it was like a little local bookstore, and I get up to the top, to the counter, and she tells me how much it is. And I'm like, I don't know, that seems really cheap. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'll check. And she did, and it was the same cheap price. I'm like, sold. That doesn't happen often, though. All right, I like that. I think it's coming together. It's got a nice fun edge. And then I'm going to use some of this sari to kind of wrap it up too. So that'll be good as well. So it's coming along. It's coming along good. I like it. So we'll work more on it on Sunday if you guys are around. If not, you know, you can always catch the replay and go make some beads, right? Only sells paperback fiction. Oh, yeah. It's hard. We have a bunch up here because the Hudson Valley is very trendy. Not exactly where I am, but in certain parts of it. So, you know, you find a lot of interesting stuff. You just gotta search for it. And, you know, the thrift stores around here are like the ones in New York City where, you know, they're not thrift stores anymore. They're just vintage clothing shops, basically. You know, high-end vintage clothing shops. When I was younger, we used to go into the Village in the city, and you would find like the coolest stuff. Cheap, really cheap. But that doesn't happen anymore. Now everybody's turned it into a business. So I'm glad we got this far and we got some beads done. So I hope you guys will go and make some beads of your own. I think these will work really fun in here. Even if I dangle them out somewhere. I think they would look best though, hanging off the back. I'll make a bunch more. Maybe some smaller ones. These are really big. You can make them really, really big. But the beads really make it too. So if you have some seed beads, that helps. Like I said, I think it would be cute if you have like the name beads, like the letters, you could spell something out. That would be fun. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. I'm glad you had fun. I hope you have a great weekend. Where do you get your silk from? I'll drop a link in here after I can get to it, because it takes a while. I know you guys can see the replay right away, but I can't get in to make any changes on it until YouTube goes through it and does all their stuff. And then I'll drop the links for the paper packs, and I'll drop the link for the sari silk from Etsy. Or maybe I'll put it on the community page. How about that? And then you guys can have it in case you want it. You guys have a great weekend too. Thanks, Carrie. You too. I got to get over to your channel. I haven't been there. I haven't been anywhere. I've been working on the website. But yeah, so Jenny, that's what I'll do. I'll drop it all in the on the community page. So if you go to the posts, you'll see it there. And thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun and learned a little something. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next live, I hope. Bye. Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out. Love you guys. Bye, 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 bye.